These are things you probably don't know if you're not an attorney, and a lot of attorneys don't even know these things. As an experienced divorce attorney in Georgia, I'm often asked whether it's advantageous to be the first to file for divorce. The answer is yes, without a doubt, yes. In this video, I'll explain 5 compelling reasons why taking the initiative and filing before your spouse makes sense. Reason number 1, controlling the narrative. The first party to speak sets the tone. Filing for divorce before your spouse allows you to take control of the narrative surrounding the divorce. By initiating the legal process, you have the opportunity to present your side of the story first, both in the pleadings, which means the court documents that you file, as well as in court. Did you know that if you go to court for a hearing or a trial, the party who filed the case gets the bookends, meaning that they get to give the first opening, and then after all the testimony is complete, they also get to have the last closing. So they get the first word of the day and they get the last word of the day. And this is particularly helpful because it sets the narrative to start the day, and then it also allows you to listen to the other party's closing argument and include a rebuttal of their argument in your own closing. So first word and last word, who doesn't want that? Also, even outside of the courthouse, in the court of public opinion, among friends, family, other associates, being the first to file shows you as proactive rather than reactive, even without saying a word directly to those people. And by the way, I strongly advise you not to run around smearing your spouse to friends, family, co-workers, members of the community, etc. There's absolutely nothing to be gained from that, and you could even find yourself in pretty hot water for doing so. Also, if you have kids together, remember that half of their DNA comes from their other parent, so don't splash your trash, okay? Take the high road, or I may just have to remind you that you chose to marry them, and if you have kids with them, you chose to have kids with them. So don't make me remind you of that. Also, one more thing. You once told everyone how wonderful they were. So keep your head up and let your actions speak louder than your words, okay? Reason number 2 for filing first. There's a strategic advantage in setting the stage for custody battles. Being the filing party for divorce can potentially provide strategic advantage when it comes to establishing the initial custody arrangements. By taking the initiative, you can present a well thought out plan for child custody, visitation, and support. This approach may resonate positively with the court or with a guardian ad litem if one is appointed, and it could give you an edge in the legal process. Reason number 3, financial security. Let's talk for a minute about freezing the assets and protecting your interests. Divorce involves making a determination on the distribution of assets, debts, and other financial matters. If you suspect that there's funny business going on with the finances, filing for divorce first allows you to get a standing order in place, which is an order that is automatically issued in all cases and prohibits the parties from moving money around, selling off assets, and generally screwing with each other during the process. If you're having marital issues and there's no case filed, then there's nothing that prevents your spouse from moving around funds, liquidating a 401k, even selling out a home from under you. Yes, I saw this happen. One spouse sold the home out from under the other spouse, and they had to move out within 10 days. The home was titled in the first spouse's name, and they lied about a lot of things. They sold the home, they got the money, they rented back the home for a couple of weeks, and then by the time the other spouse found out about it, all of the money from the sale of the home had already been hidden away. So if you're suspecting bad stuff like this going on, get a shark of a divorce attorney to file your case, and they can issue a notice to your spouse's employer that the 401k is the subject of a divorce and cannot be touched. And they can also put a notice on the title of the home that tells the world that the home is also the subject of a legal action, and no one's going to buy it with that notice on title. You can also request an emergency order from the court to freeze other assets too, which can help safeguard your financial interests and ensure a fair division in the divorce proceedings. These are things you probably don't know if you're not an attorney, and a lot of attorneys don't even know these things, so get one who does. Reason number 4, potentially choosing the jurisdiction, the location where the action takes place. Now this one is not as common as the others, but there are situations where you can actually choose the location for filing the divorce. This is very, very specific stuff, so I'm not going to get into it here because it needs to be handled on a case-by-case basis, but I'll give you a little summary. If the parties have been separated in different counties or in different states, you may have some choices in where to file. Again, this one is extremely specific to the particulars of your situation, so do not rely on anything I'm saying here as legal advice for your particular divorce. Reason number 5, very important one here, emotional preparedness. Divorce is an emotionally taxing experience, And being the first to file allows you to set the pace of the process. Taking the initiative allows you the time to emotionally prepare for the journey ahead, gather necessary documentation, and consult with professionals who can support you rather than sitting still, doing nothing, and then feeling completely blindsided when your spouse files and catches you flat-footed. This proactive approach enables you to enter divorce proceedings with a better mindset and increase the likelihood of making well-informed decisions about your future. So to sum it up, divorce doesn't suck, bad marriages suck. And if you're in one, there are some significant advantages and benefits to being the party to file first. From controlling the narrative to gaining a strategic advantage in custody battles to protecting your financial interests, potentially choosing the best location, and emotionally preparing for the process to freedom from a bad marriage, filing first gives you many strategic advantages. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click subscribe, like, follow, and turn on the alerts so you'll get notified when we post our newest videos. Please share these videos, leave us some comments, ask us questions, and tell us what other topics you'd like me to talk about. Join our Facebook group at Georgia Divorce and Custody for more info. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.